Well, a new year, Janusz, but the same old problems with the pandemic. And you knew it was a problem for Liverpool when they had to close their training complex. And as a result, now the first leg of their League Cup semi-final against Arsenal has been put back. Is this the correct decision?
Absolutely. I don't see what the issue is really. For Liverpool, it's the first time they've had to postpone that. I'm sure that's something that Liverpool didn't want to do because the fixture pileup is massive. Jurgen Klopp has often talked about that, right? They're in all competitions, still fighting, if you like, for the Premier League title, of course, and, Champions League's coming up very, very soon as well. So I don't think it would be in their interest or anybody's interest not to play these games. In fact, I think if you're Arsenal, you look at that. And although I've seen that some people aren't happy about that, but all of a sudden in a two-legged tie, Mark, I think they're going to have the second leg at home, Arsenal. So maybe they've benefited from that in some way, but zero issue whatsoever with that.
Yeah, first leg will now be at Anfield on Thursday, January 13th, with the return game at the Emirates 1 week later. I think we're starting to see sense here. I know you mentioned that there's one or two not happy. Those are the type of people that would win 10 million on the lottery and still complain that they could have won more. Forget them for a second. Liverpool put out a tweet on social media and other channels saying thank you to the Football League, thank you to Arsenal as well for their understanding. We all have to kind of have a little bit more understanding between us when situations like this take place, don't we?
Absolutely. And, certainly we're not going to look at the conspiracy theories here. You just look at common sense and, not only the facility, but of course, now you look at no Jurgen Klopp, Pep Linders has tested positive as well. I mean, you can't go to any match, without the generals, right? Or a battle like this. It's an important one. We forget about that. I mean, these League Cups, I think there was a time not long ago that we maybe I don't want to say laughed at the competitions, but they become important. They're important to Liverpool now. They're important to Arsenal. They're important for trophies, as maybe the Premier League is getting away from some. But ultimately, I think as supporters, as fans, as pundits, we want to see teams at their best, do we not? I mean, if possible. And injuries are one thing. Players leaving for African Cup of Nations are another. But when you have sickness like this and you force these games, surely there's going to be even more people getting infected as well. So, I mean, we're going to lose down the road anyway. So I think this is all sensible.
There's also a trigger effect because the midweek of the 18th, 19th and 20th was kind of earmarked as a double game week for many teams to try and catch up on some of the fixtures. That's now not going to be possible for a couple of them as well. Do you think that the Premier League have got plans in place for every eventuality given the fixture pileup that we are going to have?
You'd like to think so, but I mean, as this continues to go on, I mean, you can have all the plans in the world. You're just going to run out of time, right? So that is what I see as an issue. There's already talk about playing during the Champions League, which, on one hand, UEFA probably doesn't want, but I think that's what we're going to see a lot more of as Champions Leagues being played. You're going to see fixtures not just in England, but probably in Spain and Italy and Germany. Look what's happening with Germany, right? I mean, we're talking about Bayern Munich playing, I think, supposedly restarting the league on Friday against Borussia Mönchengladbach, and they have, by the looks of it, 0 players available. So I think that's going to be the norm. And get used to any day of the week, any competitions overlapping each other and being played. That's what's going to happen for the rest of the season.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.